I think there are two kinds of shapes, replaceable and irreplaceable shapes. Triangles, circles, squares, we can make them, but this, he held a clod of earth, is an accident. Will never happen again. He threw it to the ground. What is happening to our planet? How culpable are we as individuals, as a society? How did we end up here? Can we ever disentangle ecological disaster from broken political systems, inequality, or even our own humanity? I'm Caleb Simon, reviewing Well Water by Karen Soley, shortlisted for the T.S. Eliot Prize. It's easy to approach the climate crisis from a place of panic and despair, but every step Soley takes beside us in this collection is sensitive and curious. I'm not sure I'd call it hopeful, but there's a resoluteness that almost fills the space you might expect hope to sit in. These poems are often convoluted, sparsely punctuated, sentences drifting between anecdote, place and message, thick with image and metaphor. Soley doesn't give us easy answers, asking us to interrogate our sense of place, time and belonging. Reading Well Water, for me at least, was a delightful task of coaxing meaning from the beautiful microcosms on each page. Getting carried around by the poems, my attention brought back and forth like dropping leaves on the surface of a river and watching where they end up. She sort of rejects ordering and chronology, zipping between past and present with ease, reflecting her repeated questions of whether we have any right to impose as much control over the world as we do. In the trees in Riverdale Park, the ash, elm and maple thrive like understandings whose bare logics are visible, understandings the theorem has allowed. Soley refuses to hand us her workings out. Her natural imagery bristles within its more clinical, mathematical framing. Like many of her poems, she then pulls at an anecdote from childhood, the speaker waiting at the car for their parents. Later in the poem, snow is blowing through the theorem that the understandings broadly accommodate, and sensible bodies adjust their collars to, bare spots left by departed cars demonstrating how the outlines of loss might gradually alter. I think this poem bridges the major ideas in this collection. The theorem is a rigorous structure, perhaps how we try to control nature, put it into precise square acres, allow access to it only in dosed quantities. Perhaps it's how you expect a life to pan out, the way we are supposed to think and feel. Whatever it is, it ends up disrupted. Snow revealing fissures in the theorem, grief changing your perspective, nature refusing containment. The understandings accommodate this. I think this could be about finding solace in memory, a recurrent idea in the collection. The ash, elm and maple trees in her mind accommodate this sense of loss that feels life-altering, a changed world with fewer familiar places and faces. At its heart, it's a book about loss, losing environments to corporations and chemicals, losing people you love. In Well Water, all of these different griefs feel inextricable from each other, but these griefs are held in the same hand as exulsions. In Red Spring, she repeats that she doesn't know how to make this beautiful, explores the things we don't like to think too much about, fire in our kitchens, in our bread, suicide seeds of a zombie technology, the chemical wedded to the seed. In spite of everything, full of empathy and wonder, Soley starts to tie the poem up with, I don't know how to make this beautiful, though when the wind trails its fingers through the Durham, it is. In a discussion for the London magazine, after jointly winning the Forward Prize for Well Water, Soley says, we feel as though human environments and nature are different things, when we're natural creatures, you know. I think this idea is really core to this collection. Explorations of environmental damage are interwoven with observations of class disparity, and the sickness of the land is analysed with the same lens as sicknesses of people, whether literal sicknesses like cancer or more abstract like grief and greed. Our planet is an irreplaceable shape, impossible to ever recreate like this, and yet that which was learnt in youth is always most familiar. We cover fields in pesticides, we make our cities increasingly inhospitable, but as she puts it in her final poem, it was the same, Dad said. when he was a child, owlets in their canopy beds, time eddying deep in the shelter of the cottonwoods, edges of the widened road approach, yet they are there still. In Wellwater, beauty in nature comes largely from its persistence, from its unwillingness to give up, from the weeds that jump up unbidden with the high-pitched optimism of adaptation. The cottonwoods are still there, keeping time in their rings the way Soli captures time in the memories she sprinkles through the book. Wellwater isn't a call to action. Soli isn't offering answers. Instead, she invites us to look back, to walk the paths that have led us to this moment we are living in together, and to look closer, to notice the lichen, and the birds, and the flats, and the machinery.